Hello, everyone, and welcome to Immigration Talk Show. This is Daily Immigration Dose with me, Nipasa, and my co host, Sam. So, welcome on behalf of both of us, and thank you so much, each one of you, for joining us. Do not forget to subscribe if you haven't as yet already. Our handle is at Immigration Talk Show, and feel free to share this content with your friends and family who will benefit the most. Also,
That's
yes,
right.
before we start, yeah. Hi, Sam. I mean, it's really always nice to have you, and I really look forward for daily immigration dose daily.
Same here. I think it's not only me and you, but our viewers are also excited for this session. So, friends, go ahead and dial up this number, grab this opportunity to have a conversation with us. Anything that is coming in your mind, dial up this number 425 4366335 with the access code 988888. And before entering into the topic, let's also read out this very important disclaimer. By watching our videos, you understand that the information shared, including user comments, is not a professional advice. Use at your own risk. Our intention is never to offend, it's just a casual exchange of ideas. I hope you'll keep that in mind. And with that, friends, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Immigration Talk Show. We are live on YouTube, also on X, and do follow us on different platforms like LinkedIn, Facebook, X, and on Instagram as well. And Apasa, please go ahead and introduce the topic.
Absolutely, Sam. I was just about to say today we're going to discuss, about how can international students protect themselves from visa fraud calls. And from what we hear, I think yes, in the recent weeks, the FBI has issued, urgent alerts about sophisticated scams that are targeting international students, especially those from the Middle Eastern countries, by impersonating U.S. government officials. So
Mhm.
these scammers are posing as immigration agents, the embassy staff, or even federal officers, and they're threatening students with deportation or legal action unless they pay so-called fees or penalties.
Mhm.
So for students now, who are in this and maybe they are here in a foreign country, these calls can be really terrifying, and tragically many have already fallen victim to these sorts of calls. And in this episode we are going to really talk more about how these scams operate, why students are vulnerable, and also most importantly what steps can you take to protect yourself from someone or maybe even share this with someone and save them from all these frauds that are going on. So yeah, I think with that said, I'm pretty excited to tell you more about this. But before that, I think we will head on with news updates, right, Sam? So why don't you go first?
Sure, why not? Okay, let me go ahead with my news update. And this is again a very important one, friends, so pay attention to it. That is 189 illegal immigrants arrested in DC as part of public safety operation. So, Washington, D.C., the U.S. Department of Justice has announced that the arrest of 189 illegal immigrants during a recent federal operation held from May 6th to 9th of May in the nation's capital. And the effort was part of the Make D.C. Safe and Beautiful. This was the initiative that has been taken place, which focused on removing criminal offenders from neighborhoods, and that too who were involved in some criminal activities. So, officials say that the operation targeted individuals with serious prior offenses, including some from Guatemala. And Ed Martin, also, who's the interim U.S. attorney for D.C., called the arrest a major step toward community safety. While ICE agents also visited several restaurants for employment checks during the same week, but no arrests were made at those locations. Officials also emphasized that the operation's goal is to protect public safety and remove dangerous individuals from DC streets. So these are some of the things that is happening in USA in different part of the state. Hope you will be notified with these very important information, and friends, make sure to keep yourself updated with these news update. Also, you have to like, share, and subscribe to Immigration Talk Show. Over to you, Nipasa.
Thank you, Sam, for that very important news update. And I also got one news to share. So this news is, well, USCIS releases selection numbers for fiscal year 2. 2026 H-1B cap and higher selection rate amid fewer applicants. That's what we hear. So yes, in a major update from US Citizenship and Immigration Services, or USCIS, the agency has announced that it received approximately 336,153 unique H-1B CAP registrations for the fiscal year 2026. And out of those, 118,660 beneficiaries were selected. So the numbers are out, and this marks, a 35.3% selection rate, which is noticeably, higher than previous years. But for comparison, the selection rate stood at just 29% in fiscal year 2025 and 24.8% in 2024. So, yes, USCIS also reported a sharp decline in overall registrations, with around 344,000 total numbers of submissions this year compared to over 470,000 last year. So, interestingly, the number of unique employers submitting registrations remained steady at around 57,600, similar to last year's 52,700. And this is the second year USCIS has used its beneficiary centric selection system, where the lottery is, conducted based on individual applicants rather than multiple submissions. So this shift was designed to crack down on fraud and system misuse. USCIS, it's working. Well, the agency credits the drop in suspicious activity to this revised method, along with tougher enforcement efforts, including investigations, denials, revocations, and referrals for prosecution. For many hopeful applicants and employers, this year's higher selection rate comes as a small but meaningful relief. So, yes, friends, for more updates, of course, you've got to stay tuned to our channel at Immigration Talk Show. And please don't forget to subscribe. It is at Immigration Talk Show. And feel free to share this with your friends as well so that they can also subscribe, hit that bell icon, and stay updated with all news and updates with regard to US immigration. So, yes, now let's go on with our discussion for today. And yes,
Yeah.
I think it's very interesting. How can international students protect themselves from visa fraud calls?
Mhm.
um, what do you think, Sam?
I think it's a very important topic. Anyhow, we are covering this topic. I think that's really good. But I feel so sad that there are some people who are taking advantage of these international innocent students, right? Who have no other motive just to grow in life, just to have a great career. So they are coming all throughout, crossing those seven seas just to come to the USA. And they're right now in a very different situation. And there are some scammers or fraudulents, who are taking advantage of their situation. Don't know whether they want money or whether they are doing this just for the sake of fun. But it's really sad, and I think we should also do our job. Our job is to make our viewers aware about what's happening right now, how they can protect themselves from these scammers, who are not just here for the sake of money, but maybe it makes them feel happy. So anything can happen, friends, but you make sure that you are being aware about all the information that we are delivering here, because we will just letting you know about what is happening right now, but we will also give you some tips so that you can protect yourself and stay away from all those traps, all those fraudsters who are trying to scam you, who are trying to get money from you. So, I think in this webinar, we are going to explore so many things. Stay tuned, stay connected with us, and make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Immigration Talk Show. And also follow us on different platforms, as we are available on LinkedIn, Facebook, X, and on Instagram as well. So, with that, I think, Napasa, it will be great if you could let us know about the topic, and also, what rise in immigration scams targeting foreign students.
Yes, for sure, Sam. And when you talk about scammers, they already know that they're scamming people, and I don't know what petty fun do they get out of it, but it is, misleading so many people. I mean, so much money is being well, they're falling victims, I would say, and it's not just money, it's their lives as well. So let's hope and pray that nobody falls prey into all these sorts of calls. And to talk more about it, there is rise in immigration scams, and it's targeting foreign students, that's for sure. So, yes, the FBI has really raised alarm bells over a wave of immigration scams, specifically, which are targeting these international students who are studying in the US, particularly those from the Middle East and also Asia. So students from countries such as UAE, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and even Jordan, they have been contacted by individuals posing as U.S. government officials from agencies like the Department of Homeland Security, the USCIS, and even foreign diplomatic missions. So these scammers inform students of alleged visa violations or immigration infractions, and they use these tactics, these fear tactics, to pressure them into making urgent payments. So the use of official sounding language and references to real government entities makes the scam more convincing.
Yeah.
So sort of now, especially it's the climate, where immigration policies are already under intense scrutiny and enforcement, especially even when you talk about international students, right? So many of whom are already exploring the system on their own. They are becoming easy targets. It's sad, but it's true, and this issue really underscores the need of open dialogue, institutional support, and even better awareness among the student community. So I really hope that if any students out there are watching us right now, please share this with your community as well, that this is happening, and stay alert. And Sam, if you can tell us more, how these scammers operate, it'll be, I think,
Yeah.
good to stay more alert.
Absolutely, and that is another very important thing. So, friends, please, pay attention to this topic as I'm going to understand. Make yourself understand, how the scammers are being operating. So, let me cover two areas. Firstly, there will be spoofed calls, means fake calls, and there will be fake websites. So, let me cover how you are going to get fake calls. So scammers are using high technology. They are very smart in terms of techniques and how they are going to fool people around. So what they are going to do, they are going to make their phone numbers look like exactly how the US government agencies numbers look like. Okay, of course there will be some difference. It won't be the same, but anyhow, if you're going to have a first look, you may fall into a trap. And also, when you see the call on your phone, it may show like a real looking number or name. For example, US Immigration or Department of State, it's calling you. They may sound it like that, but it's actually a fake one. And this is what is known as spoofing. So, what do they say on the call? They hit the nerve of any student. They are going to say that you violated your student visa condition. Also, you are facing some legal action or deportation. If yes, then please let me know. I'm going to help you out. You must pay a fine or legal fee to fix that, and they are going to help you out. Or they can also say that they are, they will give some discount, or they are going to have some different offer where you have to pay less fine. Or maybe you missed a university fee or document. If that's so, then come on, we can sort this out together. So they are going to lure you by asking these many questions, and they are going to hit you, they are going to scare you so that you can fall into their trap. They sound very serious and professional, and they will pressure you to act quickly. So also talking about fake calls, I have done. Now fake websites. Now fake websites is also another very important thing that you have to keep in mind. That scammers send links by text, email, or even during the call. So these links lead to fake websites that look almost identical or similar to real official US government websites. But they may use because they use similar logos, colors, font size. Because when you're going to open their website, you'll see everything: the blue color, the columns, the font size, or everything. It will look almost similar. In fact, it will match the real USCIS or DHS site. But you know what? If you are smart enough, if you're informed about everything, you will not falling into that trap, because there are some slight different web addresses. You have to be open up. You have to open up your mind when you're looking at it, because you'll find uscis.gov. Instead of that, you'll find something like uscis.support.org, or maybe uscis dot or hyphen support, something like that .com. So it's not exactly the same, but it will look identical, it will look similar. These fake websites are going to ask you to enter your full name, your passport number, or some visa number, or your visa number. Also, they may ask to upload your immigration document. Also, like pay fees or legal help, or to register, you need some legal help or status updates. These three things they may ask when you're going to open up that link. So, if you are going to see any website, any link, if you're opening, if you are getting these three questions or these three details to ask, stay alert, take a step back, and be very, very serious about it. But anything you are going to enter, make sure that they goes straight to the scammer. You don't have anything to delete, or you don't have anything to control plus Z. You just go with everything, and your all the details, money or your number, visa number, your bank details, your name or address, everything will go directly to the scammer. So I think, Napasa, this is something very serious that our viewers should know about. And this is how the whole thing is happening. It's very sad, but this is how we can try to make our viewers aware about it. And also, if you could let us know, Napasa, about the exploiting fear of deportation and immigration crackdowns, then that will be very easy for us to understand.
Sure, Sam, and it's scary, when you look at this whole situation and how they're making use of these, um, anxious situations what international students are already facing. And yes, scammers, I would say they have found sort of a fertile ground for them to grow or to manipulate, by tapping all these sorts of anxieties, of these international students who are already in this complex immigration system, and there's so much heightened immigration enforcement and political rhetoric about visa restrictions already. I mean, since January, right, we're hearing every day so much has changed, so many things become more stricter. I wouldn't say changed, but there is more action, and I think we are all adapting to what we have been seeing.
Hmm.
And for particularly if we talk about administration, like our president's one right now, students are more likely to panic when they hear that their legal status may be in jeopardy. So it's really scary already, and when they hear this, they become more alert. They it's easy for them to become victims. So many of these students are far from their families already and support networks also, and it makes them even more vulnerable, so the threat of deportation or being blacklisted, uh, from the future of US entry, it can really push students to act irrationally out there. And this is what these scammers are making most use of, I would say. And it's not just a scam, it's a psychological attack. So
Yeah.
many of them are already traumatized, and now that they have to be careful of this, I think yes, the it really targets a person's sense of safety and belonging also, in a foreign country. You're already so far away from home and things like these are happening. You don't have the time to discuss it with anyone, right? Just like Sam mentioned, friends, they are sending links as they're speaking with you. And once you click, boy, they have so much information you wouldn't want to ever share with anyone. And discussing all these emotional or mental toll can really it can bring light to broader issue, I would say, of how immigration policy and enforcement culture can, fuel fraud. So it's very important to talk about all of these things that are going on, and especially among you yourselves as well. If your students, with your friends, with your classmates, schoolmates, if you can talk with them and see who's dealing with what and try to get better ideas and be careful. They are making it look so professional. You just have to be smart. You have to be a few steps ahead of these scammers. So please educate yourself, know which sites are real, which are not, and if you'll ever get calls like these. So yes, read out these alerts which FBI is also giving out, and stay safe.
Absolutely.
And of course, Sam, if you can tell us how to protect ourselves, from all these scams, or how to even report these scams.
Sure. Okay, so friends, till now we understood, how scams are operating and how it is taking place. Let's also understand how you can protect yourself. Now, listen this very carefully. What you have to do, number one, never ever trust caller ID because real agencies do not call you and ask for money on personal info over the phone number. Because real US government agencies are never going to ask you for money over the phone, never going to ask for any personal information, like your bank details, your passport number, or any security, social security number in a phone call. And if someone does it, it's a scam. Number two, what you have to do, if you're unsure, then hang up. If you are not sure which number is this or it looks a little different, then it's better to keep on talking, continuing to talk. It's better to hang up right there. Go to the official website, that is uscis.gov, and call them directly. Okay, get their official phone number from that site. You will get that. Call them directly and ask if they really try to connect with you. You will get your answer then and there. And this way, you are not going to fall for a scam. Next, do not click on links sent by unknown callers or messages. Yes, this is something very easy, with it's like involuntary action. We are not willing to click on the link, but we actually do it just for the sake, because of the curiosity, what's after the link if we click on. But no, that's a very big trap because the scammers are so smart, so cunning. Just by clicking on the link, they can at least get your some of the details. So it's better not to fall on that trap because scammers might send you a text, email, or WhatsApp messages with a link. They may say, click here to fix your immigration status, or maybe click here to pay your fee, or click here to get some discount, in your fines. So these are very luring messages and very easy messages to be a victim. But be smart enough, there is no such messages from agency side, from the legal side. They are going to give you some offer, or they are going to help you out, or try to fix your immigration status. But these links can lead to fake websites that can really steal your info. So never do that. Next, check the website's address carefully. Yes, that's so right, because real government websites end in .gov. That is uscis.gov. It's not going to end with .org, .com, or anything else like that. So you have to go ahead, check with what exactly the web address before entering any personal information. And in case if you are getting any understanding that yes, this person is a scam, or get any detail regarding fraudsters, report the scam to the FBI, your school's international office, or your embassy if you are being targeted. So because that's how only you're not going to protect yourself, but you can also protect the future people, the future students too, from this scam. So I hope, Nipasa, that these four pointers, they have to keep themselves, they have to make a proper note of it because these pointers are very important and really must for every international students to know about it. So, friends, I think that's all for today's episode. And in case if you are having any doubt or anything else, if you want us to know about, then please go ahead and put them on the comment section. Maybe because of some time limitation, we cannot cover more and more, but these are the basic information that you have to keep in mind. So I think that's all, Nipasa,
Absolutely,
and we
Sam.
have
And
to, yeah,
sure, Sam. Yes, those that was it. And as we wrap up, today's conversation, I think it's very important. And one thing is very clear that awareness is the first line of defense. So keep yourself aware of it. Go do your research. And these scammers, they're not just exploiting loopholes in technology, but they're also exploiting fear. They're exploiting confusion and even isolation among international students. So I think it's time to stick together and get more information from each other. Not, I mean, make yourself more knowledgeable. And if you or someone receives a suspicious call claiming to be from immigration or embassy officials, just hang up immediately, verify the number through trusted channels, and if you're very sure that these are scams, report those. I think it's very important. And remember that you have and you can protect yourself. So stay alert and stay safe.
that's right. And with that, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. It was a very informative session. Hope you guys liked it. And any doubt, any query, put them on the comment section. We will take them up after even after the show. Till then, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Immigration Talk Show. It's me, Sam, with my co host, Nipasa. We'll come back again tomorrow with another very important topic that is a must for you guys to know about. So go ahead, subscribe to Immigration Talk Show, and also don't forget to follow us on different platforms. We are on LinkedIn, Facebook, X, and on Instagram as well. Also, you can reach out to Napasa Pradhan on the given number, that is 408 335 6444. Or you can also email her on the email address nipa@staffingly.com. And my email ID is sam@staffingly.com. With that, friends, thank you so much for joining us. See you next time. Till then, be vigilant and keep yourself aware and alert about everything. Thanks for joining.
Bye, everyone.